which just means that after the sun goes down, the winds about 2,000 to 5,000 feet start to really howl, which is strange, I know, but right there, it's enough low-level winds to fuel some rotation, and then up at the jet stream level that's higher, up 20,000 to 30,000 feet, the winds are coming in from the southwest. So you have this spin right there along Highway 59, moving through the middle and eastern parts of Jefferson County. And again, this is a storm that came through Topeka really just a few minutes ago, and the rotation initially showed up over the Lake Sherwood area and near Dover first, then over Lake Sherwood, really moved over downtown. We had wind gusts of 60 miles per hour with this at Billard Airport from the National Weather Service, and now enough rotation showing up with this that the National Weather Service has gone ahead and issued the tornado warning with it for the eastern part of Jefferson County. So again, this is what we have. We'll zoom in more closely on this. Going till 8:30, so zooming in more closely on this thing, and we're again live streaming on WIBW.com as well. There are two areas of rotation. This one just east of Valley Falls, going toward the area of Winchester. So if you're in Winchester right now, you have to take cover immediately. This is a dangerous storm. We've had a history of 60-mile-per-hour winds, but once we're starting to rotate, you can see worse things out of this. So we have the tornado warning there. So around Winchester, you need to take cover right now if you are in the Winchester area. Go over to debris mode here. I see some spots of blue on this. I wouldn't say that that's a signal that we definitely would have something that's kicking debris in the air, but it's certainly something that's a concern. So that's the leading edge of it. You're going to at least see strong straight-line winds around Winchester from this. And then panning down, we've got the strong straight-line winds. They're also going to be moving the strong winds and also the possibility of a tornado that's moving down also into the Oskaloosa, McLouth areas as well. So if you're in Oskaloosa and McLouth, you need to be taking cover right now. There's kind of that notch right over Oskaloosa right now. If you're in Oskaloosa, please take cover right now as this is moving through. There's that area of some rotation showing up on the radar. And going back in time here, we'll go back to 757. You see the rotation showing up there, and we take it forward, the rotation really right over Oskaloosa at this point. So going back over to the debris mode, I don't see anything indicating that there's large debris being lofted into the air, so that's good news. But a storm like this, if we did see a tornado, it would not be on the ground very long, and it should not be big if we were to see a tornado out of this. So I can assure you at least those two things, but there's enough rotation on this showing up on the radar that the National Weather Service going ahead and putting this warning out. All right, so kind of the bigger picture of what's going on here, we have a severe storm watch that goes until midnight for most of northeast Kansas. We did see areas around Clay County and Washington County dropped from the severe storm watch early. Concordia was never in the severe storm watch because the dry line got through there a bit before the energy really started to come together. Now, something else to show you down the line here, this is another concern. This is a severe thunderstorm warning that's near the town of El Dorado, and you see purple there, so that's a severe thunderstorm warning. The reason you have a white ribbon inside there is I have this color-coded to let us know if the text of the warning actually says severe storm warning, but a tornado is possible. So sometimes these warnings will have that mentioned in there. So overall, it's a severe thunderstorm warning, but they're also saying, hey, this thing is rotating enough that it's concerned. So that storm is, there's nothing to stop it from becoming a tornado warning or potentially that in Lyon County, which is 30 miles away. And if these storms are moving 40, 50 miles per hour, you're looking at this being there maybe 40 or 45 minutes in Lyon County. So just a heads up to Lyon County that for you, we need to watch this storm is coming out of the El Dorado area right up the Kansas Turnpike. So that's moving toward the southern part of Lyon County, certainly less than an hour from now. And again, that white ribbon means it's a severe thunderstorm warning, but it also has the potential for a tornado. And the other warnings like don't say that. All right, so the National Weather Service saying that they have a rotation near Oskaloosa, and the second one is moving toward Nortonville at this time.
The second portion of rotation looks almost a little stronger than the one over Oskaloosa.
I mean, the one up to the north, it's really close to Nortonville.
The northern one looks a little more put together than the one down to the south.
And it's just on the very edge of the warning, if not out of the warning.
Exactly.
All right, so they're opening a shelter at the Methodist Church in McLouth for folks there if they need to take shelter in McLouth. So if you're in McLouth and you don't have a place to take shelter, They've opened it there for you in McLouth. That's from the fire department there in Jefferson County. So if you're in McLouth, the rotation is about 4, maybe 5 miles away from you, and will be there in the next couple of minutes. But so you do have time. If you move quick, you've got maybe 5 minutes to get over there. If it takes you 10 minutes to get to this place at the Methodist Church, don't do it. But if you can get there in 2 or 3 minutes, you can take cover in the McLouth shelter there. So that's an option. I wouldn't do it if you can't get there like in the next couple of moments here. But the fire department there has opened that shelter for people. Just to let you know. All right, so back to the velocity here. As Thomas was mentioning, the stronger rotation appears to be this northern one right here near Nortonville, while it's right on the edge of the warning area. And we'll have to see if they actually extend this out farther, because that's on the edge of the warning, if not actually out of it. But around Nortonville, folks in Nortonville should be taking cover right now as well. And if you're in the Winchester area, you should be taking cover. If you're in McLouth, you should be taking cover right now. Oskaloosa, the rotation looks like it's gone right over Oskaloosa, if not very close to you, but maybe things will start calming down in the next few minutes there in Oskaloosa. So zooming back out on this, a couple of the reports here. We had 60-mile-per-hour winds reported in Meriden. We had 60-mile-per-hour wind report on the north side of Topeka at the National Weather Service office. We also had a 60-mile-per-hour wind report at Rossville. As well with this line of the storms. All right, so we have reports of nickel-sized hail in Butler County coming in. That's from one of the southern storms. Looks like the JCN High School in Winchester is open for shelter right now as well. So Winchester is awfully close to this. You know, if you're in Winchester, I wouldn't venture out to go get into a shelter at this point. You need to just stay where you are and cover your head, get away from windows, and all of those kind of things, because that's a dangerous storm with rotation moving through. It's not a confirmed tornado. We do not have a confirmed tornado, but these do have enough rotation. The National Weather Service has issued these severe storm tornado warnings for Jefferson County. Going until 8:30 is the expiration time on this. All right, farthest to the south, we have to watch this as well. This storm is coming out of the El Dorado area, is going to be moving northeast toward folks around Lyon County, and that storm is about 30 miles away from Lyon County, and the National Weather Service report there, their warning with the white ribbon inside the purple indicates that it's a severe storm warning, but they do see it as capable of producing a tornado. So that's kind of what they'll do if they're on the fence about whether or not to issue the tornado warning with it or stay with the severe storm warning. It looks like my camera in Emporia is having some trouble. Maybe the winds are getting to it there. We'll have to see what's going on with this. All right, so back up the line here. We have a line of severe storms that continues from Lyon County all the way through Osage County, with winds possible as high as 60 miles per hour for the Osage City area and Overbrook, and then up to Lawrence. You have the severe storm that's almost into Lawrence at this point. Winds of 50 to 60 miles per hour certainly possible in Lawrence with this. And then up the line, we've got Jefferson County is where the rotation is showing up on the radar. And it looks like they've got maybe an addition to this there in Atchison County as well. Yes, they do. All right, so they've because they were looking at this rotation close to Nortonville, which is out of the box, I was mentioning it a few moments ago, they went ahead and added Atchison County to this tornado warning for folks around Nortonville that are right there on the edge of this. So I believe it's also going to include the corner of Brown County as well. So look at this. So yeah, we've got, or Effingham's in that. All right, so zooming out a little more. That's not Brown County. All right, zoom this out. There we go. All right, Brown County's farther over. All right, there we go. All right, so we have the southeast parts of Atchison County and the northeast parts of Jefferson County are in this tornado warning at this point. And again, it's Doppler Radar indicated rotation going until 8:30 for both these warnings for Atchison County and also the northeast parts of Jefferson County. You can see that flashing there. That means there's an update on this. So we'll see what the National Weather Service is saying for the update on this. All right, they're continuing the tornado warning for Jefferson County. At 8:11, that's just about right now, they say the squall line capable of tornadoes and extensive straight-line winds located along a line from 3 miles east of Nortonville to McLouth, moving northeast at 50 miles per hour. So they're saying not only could this produce a tornado, but it's also producing the potential for extensive straight-line winds. over a large area there. So from Nortonville to the McLouth area, you are in that tornado warning. So back over to the velocity here. Again, if you're in McLouth, you should be taking cover right now. If you're in Winchester, you should be taking cover right now. There's a new warning now that goes over into, that's going to be Leavenworth County until 8:30. So the National Weather Service from Kansas City now is issuing warnings on this too. All right, so that's going to be over into Leavenworth County. So the northeast part of Jefferson County and the southeast part of Atchison County in this tornado warning. And it's an area there. If I back this up again, I'm going to take it back in time. And you can see that area of rotation went right over Topeka just about an hour ago. So at 7:13, you can see it come through the Auburn area and then go over the Lake Sherwood area. And then we had the rotation getting over to where the toll booth is there on the east side of Topeka. We get on the Kansas Turnpike if you're on I-70. That's the rotation right there over the Tecumseh area. And then we followed this rotation all the way up to now as it goes right up there by McLouth and Nortonville, as we're seeing the spin within this. And then ultimately get over into Atchison. It's getting into Atchison County and northern parts of Leavenworth County. I don't have any reports of this as touching down at this point, but certainly it could at any time. Now, these kind of tornadoes that are embedded in a line like this don't tend to last very long, and they're difficult to spot. They're always rain wrapped. If it's a storm like this, it'll be rain wrapped. So if you're a storm spotter trying to get out and get a picture of this, it'd be almost impossible to do. And you're going to put yourself in way more danger than I'd be comfortable with. So if you're around that area in the eastern part of Jefferson County, don't try to get a picture of this. It'd be very hard to get. And you'd be putting yourself in danger if you did get out there. Is that a siren again?
Yeah, that was over in the Kansas City area again. That was still for the Leavenworth County.
Okay. All right. So we're watching that. We're also watching, we have a new severe storm warning that was issued a few moments ago here for Lyon County, it looks like. And what's this one got?
This should be an aerial flood advisory.
They have a severe storm warning, too, going until 8:30. That's in Lyon County. All right, so I don't see the full text on it. All right. So we have a severe storm warning there for Lyon County, and that's going to go until 8:30 p.m. Looks like it's for hail the size of quarters and winds to about 60 miles per hour, a possibility with this. So again, it's Lyon County, and also a part of the western part of Osage County, and that's the storm I was following a few minutes ago that was coming out of Chase County. It was a severe storm that did some damage, and now it's in Lyon County and into Osage County as well. So there's the live look from Emporia at the storm, and again, it could produce winds up to 60 miles per hour. Hail the size of quarters is a possibility with this. It is not a storm that's rotating at this point. However, I do have the concern that just down the road, about 25 miles, once you get down into the El Dorado area, there's a storm there that the Weather Service says could produce a tornado, and it's also moving to the northeast and could impact Emporia within the next 30 minutes, maybe 45 minutes. So right now we have the severe storm warning there in Lyon County for this activity that's moving through. All right, the other warning that I mentioned that had the potential for a tornado is this one down to the south that's near Cass today at this point. This one had rotation with it. It does not look as impressive as a few minutes ago, but there's the hook echo with it. That was at 8:10, and then going forward, the hook echo seems to go away, but that storm is moving northeast and could impact Emporia within the next half hour. So it's going to be one that bears watching. So what we'll do here is in the next few moments, when the storm clears out of Jefferson County, we will end our coverage here on WIBW TV and go back to regular programming as the Kansas City office covers Leavenworth County and Atchison County as well. So we'll let this go in a minute. We haven't had any confirmations of this on the ground, but if you're, again, in the Winchester area, McLouth area, you should be taking cover right now as there's a tornado warning for those communities until 8:30. And this is Doppler Radar indicated. We've had several reports of some wind damage from this. The wind reports I've had, the confirmed wind reports, have been of winds that were 60 miles per hour. I haven't seen anything higher than that reported officially yet, but this is it. That leading edge right there from McLouth, almost to Alexandria, just through Winchester and to Nortonville. That's where we've seen the rotation on the radar. The National Weather Service is concerned with this, producing possibly some embedded tornadoes is what you would see with this. It wouldn't be one supercell tornado that's on the ground for a long time. This will be a smaller embedded tornado, and they can do a lot of damage. It depends on where they hit, obviously, but we've seen these before, these QLCS situations where they're embedded tornadoes that can produce a lot of damage. All right, report now from Overbrook, quarter-size hail just a few moments ago. And the Weather Service said they're continuing that rotation for Jefferson County at this point, but it's almost out of there. Let's see exactly the rotation is showing up now here on our Capitol Federal live storm tracker. So back over to the velocity here. The rotation now is getting really over into Leavenworth County and Atchison County. It looks like it's really getting out of Jefferson County very quickly from what I see here. So most likely they'll either word this as they're expiring the warning in a few moments. I don't know if they'll cancel it altogether. There's still a severe storm warning there, so that would cover it. But most likely we'll be dropping the warning there for Jefferson County in the next few moments. However, if you're there around Oskaloosa is now out of the tornado warning, but Winchester and McLeod, you're officially still in it. So if you're in those areas still listening to my voice, I encourage you, if you're in Winchester and McLeod, stay in your safe spot at least the next few minutes, away from windows, lowest level of your house. Put as many walls as you can between you and the storm, and just stay there for the next couple minutes while this thing moves out. Now, up the line, I want to look at the other additional storms that are developing close to Manhattan and Junction City at this time. These are not considered to be severe, but that's still out ahead of the cold front. So these storms still have potential to become strong or severe as well. I'm not sure if the first line of storms has made the atmosphere more stable, and probably has not at this point, but we're continuing to see more warnings pouring in. This one's to the south. This is an update on the Lyon County and Osage County storm. So that severe thunderstorm warning, the National Weather Service updating this, saying they're continuing it with nickel-sized hail and 60-mile-per-hour winds, the primary threats. So that one continues until 8:30. And again, the one we're concerned about with the tornado potential is this one that's going to move out of Jefferson County and ultimately move into the northern part of Leavenworth County. Again, the next few moments here, we're going to break off of this continuous coverage, and we will go over to the regular 13 programming, but we will continue live streaming on WIBW.com, so you can watch us there and see what's going on. But right now, we do have the severe thunderstorm warnings that still are lined up from Jefferson County through Douglas County, down into Osage County, and then Lyon County. And then the activity down in the El Dorado area concerns me because it had some rotation with it. It was heading up toward areas in Lyon County. Could be a problem in the future as well. So again, we haven't had any reports of this thing touching down, but a lot of rotation with it showing up on the radar, and the National Weather Service issuing a tornado warning with it. So it's the eastern part, the northeast part of Jefferson County, and as soon as they would drop this, we'll certainly go back to programming. But anytime we have a tornado warning in the WIBW viewing area, we want to make sure we cover it and let you know where that risk might be. So Winchester, McLeod, up to Nortonville, if you're in these communities or nearby, you should be taking cover right now. The tornado warning expires in 9 minutes. It's possible we could see this dropped early. That is potential. But at this point, it continues. And zooming out, that is the only tornado warning in the area. We have the storm that's near El Dorado at this point that the National Weather Service says is a severe thunderstorm warning that could produce a tornado. But as of right now, it is a severe storm warning. We're dropping more counties from the watch. Nemaha County, Marshall, you're out. Pottawatomie, Riley, Gary County, you're out of the warning. So I mentioned a moment ago, I was watching those storms around Gary County from Junction City to Manhattan. Not sure if they'd have enough energy to become severe. Maybe the first line has stabilized the atmosphere some. This sign of the National Weather Service dropping those counties means they feel like those storms developing back to the west are not potentially going to become severe. So that's good news here. Maybe this will be an earlier night than it could have been. But at this point, we have this line of severe storms that extends down to El Dorado area. and even back to Wichita. And any of that stuff can still become severe, but the National Weather Service is dropping the stuff back to the west.
They have also dropped the tornado warning up in Jefferson County.
All right, so Jefferson County is now no longer in the tornado warning at this point. So for everybody in northeast Kansas, if you're in the WIBW viewing area, we do not have any tornado warnings in our area. We have a severe storm warning in Lyon and Osage County for the potential of hail that could be up to the size of quarters and winds to 60 miles per hour. And this severe storm watch that goes all the way until midnight. We'll continue live streaming on WIBW.com, the WIBW News app as well. You can get us there in the WIBW Weather app with updates. But for now, we'll go back to 13.1 programming. And if we have to break back in with tornado warning coverage, we'll do so. But keep your TV right here. We'll keep you safe and informed.